ring toe sandals and a kimono as promised. I also like maxi dresses, and yesterday I had on a jumpsuit. Well, you'll see that video. I am on my way to interview the most important lady in my life, and I want you to come along. Come along. Let's go. Hey everyone, I'm Vera. This is Life's Lyrical Lessons because I've got something to say. So, you know how I do, how I give women who I'm inspired by their flowers? Well, I am sitting beside my greatest inspiration, the person who has inspired me all my life and is the reason that I am who I am today. Well, yes. Wow. Let me introduce you to Mom. So, hi, Mom.
Hello, sweetheart.
So we're just going to have a conversation with Mom so y'all can get to know me like when I was a kid, or just maybe she may give us some, facts about just life in general. My mom just turned 86. Happy birthday, Mom.
Thank you.
And yesterday was my birthday. So we're the birthday girl. Hey, do that again. I didn't get you. Yay! We the birthday girls. We the birthday girls. So we're at Friscos, and yeah, I'm waiting on my brother. But my mom is 86. Look at her. Fabulous, honey. Fabulous. What kind of steak is that?
Ribeye.
Ribeye?
Yes.
Okay. Looks good. I don't eat red meat though, so how it tastes? Good? Okay. And I have crab cakes. Yummy. Best for last. Mom, what do you have?
I have scallops.
Well, you gonna eat them? You want me to put your sides on there first?
No, I want to see how they taste. But I didn't want to touch it since you said you wanted a picture of it.
Okay, all right. Thanks, Mom. Hey everybody, so I just got home from Del Frisco's. It's like I said, my mom's birthday is today. My birthday was yesterday, and my brother treated us. Thank you, Che. We had a great time. I just want to let y'all know my little outfit. I wanted to share it with you. I love kimonos. I love ring toe sandals. And you'll be seeing a lot of kimonos and ring toe sandals and a lot more of me. Okay, I'll see you soon. Be blessed. So she's full of wisdom, and yeah, so Mom, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
About me?
Well,
Yes, I am a person that I feel like in life you have to love and care about others. I try not to ever put myself first, but always put someone else first, and to inspire other people to do things that will make them be the very best they can. Yes. And I don't know if it worked, but I hope it worked with this one here because she has done a wonderful job. I'm very proud of her. She's always been my one daughter that I don't care what I said, whether she liked it or not, she'll do it. And she'd have her little, not talkbacks, but she'd give me her looks like, So she had looks. She didn't have words. And I love that. Because I think children should learn to be listeners, not
and respectful.
And to know that when an adult says something, you may not like it, but do it anyhow. And she did. And she was always the one I could talk to. There's always maybe one child. No, my son too. I have to say I have a son, and oh my goodness, I can really talk to him.
And I have an older sister, by the way.
And I'm getting ready to say, and I have an older daughter.
Yeah.
But the relationship that I have with Vera is one that I will treasure all my life, because we can talk about anything really.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I don't like some of the conversations, we still have them, and I keep a straight face because I realize you got to listen.
Mm-hmm.
This is how you learn how to answer.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to answer in a way where they know you hear them and that you understand them. And it's just been a really beautiful relationship that we have. And I thank God for it every day. I pray that we'll never lose it.
We won't.
And even though I'm getting older and I know I don't remember and things aren't like they used to be, I tell her every now and then I get freezer, my brain just freezes. And I have to say, okay, I had a little brain freeze there. But it's okay. We come back to normal. And I just love her because she understands me as an older person that doesn't always do what they're supposed to do or say what they're supposed to say. But our relationship is one where she's a listener, I'm a listener, and we get along because we hear one another.
Yes.
And when you hear what a person's saying, you can't even always say what you want. I don't. I pray every morning that I will be a good listener and just not do what I want, but do what is best.
Well said.
I hope that I have done that.
You have, Mother.
Thank you, sweetheart.
I am a mama's girl, by the way. I'm a mama's girl.
Well, that happens because she was my birthday present.
Oh, I ain't even say that. Yeah, so my birthday is June 14th. My mom's birthday is June 15th. So, but my mom also has, like with my brother, he was her Mother's Day present. His birthday is May 11th, and you know how Mother's Day always falls around there. Wasn't Renee your anniversary present?
I don't know.
Like,
she was.
Listen,
Yeah, she was
March.
Yeah, she was March. She was March.
So she just had to have every single holiday or celebration about her. We had to be a part of it.
And my children.
Yes,
and
it was a we thing.
And they each have their own personalities, their own ways. But I realize every month has a different person, a different personality.
Gemini twins.
So I really learned to deal with them. And we always laughing and talking. Well, I'm just a funny person. I'm going to laugh regardless. Even when I don't remember or don't say what I should, I'll laugh it off and then I'll come back. But I come back and I'm good. I'm good.
Another thing that I like that you do, Mom, my mom is a great note taker. She's like, let me get a pen. I'm going to write it down. My mom will write anything down. She loves writing things down. I can remember when we were growing up, my mom would allow us, if something wasn't going right, to have a meeting. We could call a meeting and we would sit at the table and discuss it until everybody was clear, apologies was made, maybe a hug or two or whatever. But Mom, you majored in psychology at Temple, so child psychology.
Yeah, well, I had to get to know y'all.
Well, that's true, and I really have to say that she's the Leave It to Beaver mom, right? All the kids always wanted to come to our house. My mom was always doing something, baking, just doing something. I would like my mother to tell you 3 things about me, little Vera from being a child. So, Mom, what would you say 3 things that I still have, like that I haven't changed? I know some things about myself that I'm like, man, I remember doing that when I was a little kid. But what would you say as my mother of 3 things that I've always had that in my character or personality?
Well, the one thing I loved about her, she was always a giver. I don't care what she had. She was willing to share, willing to let you have, not a whole lot, but just enough to let you know, I will share with you. And she's never changed. Even now, if she's got something, she'll let you have it. I'm not saying she really wants to. Because when you get older, you realize that sharing ain't like it used to be. But she's always there. Whenever I need her, all I got to do is call her. Whatever I need, she's always there to give it to me or to help me with it. And I can always talk to her. And that's the one thing that sometimes mothers and daughters don't have. But I can tell her things that I don't think I've told anybody else, and I hope she don't remember some of them. But at least I could tell her. No, I could tell her, and she would. I don't say she understood, but she listened.
So sharing, and you can tell me anything. So
and giving.
Oh, giving.
Oh my
giving
goodness.
and
sharing, giving.
I can
and
keep a secret.
Oh yes.
Okay.
And always being that lovable person for everybody else.
Okay.
I mean, if you needed her, she was always there. If children came in the room right now and I said hello and she said hello, they would come and say hello to me, but they're gonna run to her. There is a drawing that she has that, I mean, children just love. I have a little great nephew, and he came in, and I'm trying to tell him not to touch stuff because I love stuffed animals, and he wanted to touch them. Yes. And I'm telling him what he couldn't touch, and he just looked at me like, all right. But after I got done fussing with him, he ran over there and gave her a hug. I never understood why he did that. I didn't fuss at him. I just told him, don't pull him, don't touch him. But she just got that magnetism to her when children are concerned, and she'll always have it. Always have. She was her brother's big sister, even though he was always almost bigger than her. Yeah. But she was always right there. She didn't care. So she's a giving person, and she'll never change. That's just her personality.
Mother.
You're welcome.
Now, all those things are very true. Not to brag, but I mean,
you don't have to brag. It's true. I wouldn't say anything that isn't true because as you watch your children grow, you realize the personalities are going to be different. And everybody had a different personality, but I prayed and learned how to deal with each of them on a one-on-one basis. So we each had our own relationship. Right. But it was good. Not always what I wanted, but good.
Okay. So what is another question I can ask? Oh, I know. What wisdom, like, what would you want to say to everyone that we wouldn't know because we haven't been on this planet long enough, but that you can offer, like, or it may be something that we've already heard, but just like, what would you want to say that you've learned in your 86 years that has definitely been a blessing or a lesson to you?
Well, the one thing I can say that I don't say I learned it because my father taught me to be a listener, but learning that from him let me know you have to let children speak their minds sometimes. And you don't like what they say, but you got to be a listener.
Okay, so you saying listener a lot. So listener is your thing.
Yes, I learned to listen, let them say what they had to say, but I was definitely going to tell them how I felt about it. But I would listen. I didn't tell them what they should do or shouldn't do. If it was, I wasn't maybe some of the young people around me's a parent or adult in their family, but I was always tell them, always respect and know that an adult is there to help you, be there for you. And even though we might seem we're a little hard on you, it's because we care, we love, and we want you to do the very best you can for you. But that's how I don't know. That's just how I always felt. And with my children, I always had children around me.
Yep, that's true.
Whether I wanted them there or not, they would knock on the door and come on in, and I would be looking at them saying, "Who told you could come in?" But I never said it to them.
And you always let them in
because I must have had something they needed, and whatever it was, I didn't want to take it from them. So they would come in and they would sit. And sit, and then after a while I have to say, honey, ain't your mom looking for you? Or don't you think you should go home? And then they said, oh yeah, I forgot I gotta go. But they love to be around me.
Yeah, they like talking to you too though. Like
and they would sit and they would talk, and believe me, I had some around me that I didn't really want them to tell me the things they said. But when they talked to me, they learned I was a listener.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't always answer what they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Some questions have to be answered by a parent.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't answer them probably the way they wanted me to, but I would always tell them, well, you know, I'm glad you wanted to talk to me about this, but go home and talk it over and see what happens from this conversation with your parents. That didn't always work. They would come back and tell me, well, that didn't work. I said, well, at least you tried.
Right.
And that's all you can do, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I've always wanted to be a listener, and I still have, believe it or not, a lot of old people around me now. I'm saying old because they're all over 50. And they'll come around me now and say,
What in the 50 is not old.
well, I'm saying old because they were so young when they came around me. And they would come around me and say, I just wanted to talk to you. I just wanted to ask you. Oh, I just wanted to say hello. And that made me feel like, wow, all this time.
All right.
I have had an everlasting hold on you, because you can't hold on to something that if they want to let you go. And so I've had that with them, and I still do.
Mm-hmm.
They still come around me and they'll still talk to me. A lot of them are gone. They've already gone before me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay. Let me know that I did the best I could with what I had. And I never tried to make them do something they didn't want to do. But I always told them what they should do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether they did it or not,
advise. If they
did it or not, I didn't let it bother me. And
Right.
I used to think afterwards, I wonder if she or wonder if he going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I never told them. I was not that adult in their family. I felt that adults in a family should really handle the young ones in their family, if possible.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't mind giving a little opinion. Not something to... I didn't think it registered until they got older and they would come back and tell me, well, I remember when you told me and I did this and I did that. And I said, you did? Yes, because you told me I shouldn't. You didn't tell me I shouldn't, but you told me that I should think about it.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me feel good to know that in my life, I've had a lot of young people around me. Like I said, a lot of them are already gone. But they seemed to feel I was someone that they could rely on.
Mm-hmm.
And that was so important to me.
And make a change in their lives.
It's made me feel good, and hey, kept me going.
Mm-hmm. We are doing a documentary. I keep speaking about this documentary, and I'm just going to speak briefly about it because we've had some triumphs, right? And then we've had some not so good, right? Some disappointing ups and downs, not necessarily with the documentary, but just
things in general.
Yes. Mom, with the documentary, so what did you like? What do you like most about the documentary? Because you pretty much know how it's going and where it's going. So what do you like most, or do you want me to say what I like most first? I mean,
yeah, go ahead and speak.
Okay. So what I like most about the documentary is not just sharing my brother's story, but also the advocacy part of it that came out of it, right? So my brother and I are heart health advocates, and we just encourage other people to become a heart health advocate and to also get echoes, right? So an echocardiogram is so important, and it shows so many different things with your heart that maybe an EKG or other tests don't. And the reason why we kind of lean towards that test is because that was the test that was given to my brother that basically detected the aortic aneurysm. So advocacy, heart health advocacy. What about you, Mom?
Well, I can only say what I think would be best. Always, always get thorough checkups.
Okay.
Not partial checkups, but thorough checkups, because it was the thorough checkup that let us know what was wrong. And when he kept saying, I don't know, I said, everything that you think you need checked, get it checked.
Right. Okay. So ask questions. Like,
yes. Ask questions and tell them how you feel.
Everything that you're
yes.
going through. Right. Mm-hmm. And yeah. And my brother decided before he went back to work that he wanted to get a full examination because he didn't want to go back and have to come back out because he had been out for so long with COVID. So basically that decision.
Saved his life.
Yeah, because then they gave him tests where he said like, oh, this is what I went through with COVID, and it's still bothering me a little bit or whatever. So then that allowed the doctors to know like, okay, we're going to give you an EKG, we're going to check this, we're going to check that, we're going to give you an echo.
He didn't feel normal.
Yeah, so he I mean, with COVID, from what I understand, you don't get over COVID and then you just 100%. No, it's not. For a lot of people, it's not like that.
It's a lingering thing.
Right, it lingers on.
Yes,
but that doesn't mean that you can't move forward with your life, but you definitely still want to make sure that nothing has happened that needs to be addressed. So in that way, yeah. So the name of the documentary is the Rich Sawyer story, the life COVID-19 saved, and we're just grateful and blessed all day, every day. Again, you know, my mom and I she's like best friend, right? Love her to pieces. I am blessed to still have my mother at 86. You know, I think very thankful to God that He has allowed her to be in my life for all the years that I've been here.
Thank you.
We're not going to say how old I am.
You don't have to.
No, I mean, okay. If you insist. So with all of that being said, Mom, is there anything else that, you know, you would like to say? You know, this is just me saying I love you.
Well, you know I love you.
I appreciate you.
And you know what?
I look
She
forward to
only
a
weighed
million
4
more years
pounds.
together. Oh, I was premature and breech.
She was 4 pounds.
I came out like,
and I can't believe. And the day I went to have her, I'll never forget. They kept sending me home. And I went back and I finally told the doctors, y'all ain't sending me back home no more. Because I'm going to have this baby. So a doctor was here from, where did I tell you he was from?
You told me a million times and I forgot.
Well, anyhow, he wasn't from here.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a deep accent.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember he came in the room and when he examined me, he told me what was wrong. And he told me what he had to do.
What was wrong?
She was coming breech birth.
Yeah.
Which meant you had to be turned around if possible. And he said, I will turn her around if you think you can do this. I said, look, that's my baby. Do whatever you got to do. So he turned her around and he told me, he says, good thing because everything was wrapped around her neck. I said, oh my goodness, really? He said, yes. So turning her around saved her life, but she didn't weigh 5 pounds. I will never forget that.
So I came out butt first, right?
Well, you came out all right, thanks to the doctor.
No, I mean
Jamaica.
Was it? Oh, that's right. He was West Indian. Yeah.
Yeah, and he.
So, but was I butt first or no?
Oh yes.
I got that part.
And
it was like
they had to. He had to turn her around because the way everything was wrapped around her, she had to come out feet first.
Oh, feet first.
Yeah, you came out.
How you gonna come out butt first?
Yeah, you came out. No, you came out feet first.
Okay.
And so when you came out, everything could be untangled.
Oh, okay. You could kind of
you could untangle. And but it was all right.
Did you have epidural?
I told him do whatever he had to do. That was my baby,
Wow,
and I just wanted my baby to be okay.
Okay.
She was when she was born. She was the beautifulest little thing. I said, "Oh my goodness." I mean, she just
not
like,
much has changed. Might I?
But she was beautiful. What I mean is, I would not have changed anything, and I didn't. And I'm glad that the doctor came along at that time, and because the other doctors, they were kind of young and they really didn't know what to do. And I'm looking at them thinking, okay, y'all ain't sending me home no more, and I'm having this baby. And when he told me what had to be done, he said it's not going to be easy. I said it's easy because I want to make sure she's okay. He said, oh, all right, now if you want to do this. And then when they told me she didn't even weigh 5 pounds, and they were going to have to keep her, I said, oh no, I will be here with her until she can go home. So until she weighed a little bit over 5 pounds, which was when I brought her home, about that big.
Can you imagine? I'm 5'11". Who would have thought?
I couldn't believe it. I said, she was so little, you could put her in the middle of a pillar and she disappeared. But you know what? I look at her now and I say, it was worth every minute.
Every minute.
Oh, it was worth it. because when I look at I looked at the little girl, I look at how she grew. She grew to be such a pleasure. And as she grew up, she had that motherly instinct. And not only did she have that motherly instinct, but she never lost it.
No children though.
And children gravitate to her.
Right.
And
Like
that instinct she had never left. Believe me, her brother was her baby.
That's my baby. 6 year difference.
And 6 feet 3, and that's still her baby.
6'3". I'm
That's still her
5'11".
baby.
My mom is, how tall are you, Mom? She's 5'2".
No, I shrunk. I was 5'3", but now I'm 5'2".
You was 5'3"?
I was one time.
Short people, no shade, but y'all be like, I'm 5'3" or I'm 5'2.25", and I get it. You need that quarter. Somebody at 5'11", you would never hear me say I'm 5'11.25" or I'm 5'10.5". Now, that's only for little people. I'm not. Look at my mom telling me because I'm parked outside.
I don't want you to get no ticket.
Mom, it ain't been 2 hours.
Okay, I don't want you
I'm
to
at my mom's house, right? My mom loves stuffed animals. That's why we're in front of all her stuffed animals and her pillow that says limited edition 1936 vintage. Did it? I love that pillow. But no, I'm parked outside and they don't play. I would get a ticket if I don't move my car in 2 hours.
Might not go to our door.
Mom. Anyway, so thank you so much for joining us. I'm gonna give you a kiss. And yeah, you gotta love mom. You gotta love moms. So again,
and even if you don't, I love everybody because God has blessed me, and being blessed means you have to bless someone else.
So I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Yes,
Anybody
yes,
in here blessed? I'm blessed. All right, y'all. So that's it. Thank you so much for joining. Again, it says Life's Lyrical Lessons because I've got something to say. Thank you so much, Mom, again.
You're welcome, sweetheart.
And be blessed.
Be blessed.